MMAfighting.com here with Michael Venom Page ahead of his fight against Lima at Bellator 221 in Rosemont, Illinois. Semifinal fight. Before I get into that fight, we've heard your comments on Rory. Like, he shouldn't be in this if he's not 100% in this. But do you think the champion should even be in the tournament at all? Or do you think you should be fighting to get to the belt?
Yeah, I think when everything first started, you want to take it? Yeah, no problem. I think when everything first started, we were all saying like, well, it'd make more sense if he wasn't in the tournament, and then we fought to then get to him. But I guess it does make this tournament quite unique. It's the only tournament you're going to see everyone go championship rounds every round or every fight, and but yeah, I think it makes it a bit more unique, makes it different. But we definitely thought it was going to be the other way around.
All this holding, so we're not passing back and forth. And you did bring up the 5-round. You put the 5 rounds in against Daley. You're doing 5 rounds again. How did that compare? Was it any surprises in those 5 rounds, or was it just coast for you?
Oh, it was a surprise because I turned him into a wrestler. I thought he would at least try to be, a stand-up fighter, because he claims to be somebody that nobody can stand up against because he'll knock anybody out, and I don't think he even attempted to throw punches at me. So that was a bit of a shock. I kind of assumed he would have eventually gone into wrestling, which I feel like I do. I can make a lot of strikers want to do that just because of my success rate and then how low their success rate is in terms of striking. But he went straight to plan Z, I didn't learn anything from it. Not at all. It was an annoying fight, tough. But even on my worst day, I still managed to scrape the win. So,
is it refreshing to move on from him? I mean, I saw you and Lima downstairs. As soon as you walked in, you hugged. Is it refreshing that you have that relationship?
Oh no, everyone's got a different relationship with different people. I spent time with Douglas Lima beforehand. I appreciate him as a person as well as an athlete, as a mixed martial artist. I think he's somebody that when I first came into Bellator, I looked at and I was like, oh, this guy's really, really good. So I just appreciate him. 100% is definitely, for me, it's better this way round because that's what I'm used to from being in the freestyle kickboxing world. When I was in the freestyle kickboxing world, I was traveling and fighting people that, all in now are some of my closest friends. You know what I mean? So it's a different dynamic. I was cool with people that I ended up having to punch and kick in the face. Straight afterwards, you're hugging again and it's cool, you're traveling again. So yeah, I prefer this kind of atmosphere.
And a lot's been made on the main event. Is supposedly going to declare the greatest Bellator fighter ever. Where do you think Lima falls on that, and yourself fall on that list? You've both been in Bellator for a long time. You have a lot of wins. He's only lost to champions. He's avenged his losses. Do you think the winner of this should be on that short list too?
In my opinion, I feel like people just need to pay attention a bit more because Douglas Lima, for me, should be up there already. Like he's been there, done it a couple of times, but people pay too much attention to just the characters as well and the persona behind it. He's such a relaxed guy. I don't think he has the same appeal in terms of pushing out to the masses. But if you actually do your research, he's up there already. He's one of the best already.
And Chandler earlier this week told us that he's jealous of UFC fighters that they have USADA testing them, drug testing. Do you wish Bellator had more drug testing?
It doesn't bother me at all. If you choose to cheat, you choose to cheat. I reckon anybody that tries to cheat and fights me, they're still going to have a hell of a problem, so I don't care.
And then I'm going to bring up 2 names not in Bellator. One of them is fighting this weekend in the UFC. Anderson Silva returns, and Israel Adesanya. A lot of people compare you 3. I got to get your opinions on those 2 guys.
I just think a lot of people are racist.
So you think it's a black thing, not a fighting style thing?
Now, obviously, it's an obvious comparison. We've got very unique styles. It's not the same, but very unique. I actually really enjoyed their battle together. I felt like that needed to be a 5-round fight. Like I wanted more from them. But yeah, I get the comparisons, and it would be like people love these fantasy matchups, and it would be a great matchup if any of us was to fight.
So do you believe Israel Adesanya will is the best middleweight in the world? I know he has that big fight against Robert Whittaker coming up.
It's weird. Like, I would probably have said that. I'm a massive fan of Whittaker, though. Like a massive fan of Whittaker. I really believe. I love his style. I love how he puts both the striking and the wrestling together. I think he's actually very underplayed. But in general, Israel is an amazing athlete, 100%.
So when you watch those guys fight, I know they're in separate organizations. Are you thinking to yourself like, oh, I would throw this if I was Kelvin? Like, this is coming. I'm going to throw this.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird. You don't necessarily relate it to yourself, but almost as a coach, you're kind of like, oh, why didn't you do that? Or you should have done that. You should. I never really relate to myself. When I'm watching from the outside, I stand on the outside. It does feel like I'm just like, you will always have your own critiques and stuff that you would do if you was there, and it's just projected as if I'm coaching. You know what I mean?
And then final question for me: you have the Mortal Kombat get up right here. Who's your fighter when you on the select screen when you're picking?
Raiden's my guy, man. Raiden's my guy. And the only reason Raiden's my guy as well is because anytime I think Mortal Kombat, when I used to play when I was younger, I simply think Raiden and that move when he flies through. That was one of my favorite things, and it was just the easiest one to do, like back forward, back forward, back forward. So for me, that's one of my favorite guys.
I appreciate the time, Michael. Good luck. Good luck.
Cool.